Hello everyone, welcome back to David at Go to Hobbies. You'll have to forgive me, I'm not very well. I've got man flu, so I'm going to try and battle on through. Where do I start? Now, I was going to make a video about self-defense, right? But what's more impressive is about what Tesco's doing. And that is, limiting what you can buy in quantities. It's like if I go to Asda, right, you're not allowed to buy more than 2 packets of paracetamol or ibuprofen, right? Because obviously it's a drug and you take too much as consequences. But what Tesco, I've heard, is doing is bringing in a limitation to the amount of food you can buy. But this has dire consequences in the long run because, like other people have said on YouTube channels, where it's going to go, and everyone has a carbon footprint, and reading between the lines, it's how far they want to take this in your carbon footprint ID. In other words, when you become, when you have your digital ID card or digital, but excuse me, I remember watching a film. It was the X-Files, right? And in one of those films, they had a barcode on here. You see where we're going with this? Every product has a barcode. It can be scanned. So what's stopping them now, laser or tattooing a barcode, or by whatever means they wish to do so, on your wrist, and that will be your ID? Think about it. Conspiracy theory or not. But once you've got that, no matter where you go, the police would have hand scanners. They'll just scan you. Yeah? Everything will have a barcode on. Your car, your driving license, your house, your mobile phone. Everything will have a barcode. And everything you buy has a barcode on it. The delivery notes have a barcode on them. Traceability. They want to know what you're doing, where you're going, what you're buying, how much you buy, where you're buying it from. And to be honest with you, it is truly, truly frightening. Because at the end of the day, governments want to control us. And we're getting to such a point now, they're getting too big for their own boots. Tesco's are trying to lead the way by bringing the limitations of what you can buy. Virtually you can't have a club, if you don't have a club card, everything costs so expensive. But there's Costco, there's Booker's, there's other various wholesale companies. You can go into a wholesaler, yeah? You can set a business up and you can buy from the wholesaler. Why buy and pay through the nose of everything at the supermarkets? Just like bacon. Give an example. A big pack of bacon, yeah? You might pay £7 for 2 packs. Might weigh 300 grams, 400 grams. Let's say half a kilo, yeah? Half a kilo for about 10 quid. Just say 10 quid, yeah? You can go into the wholesaler, right? and buy 5 kilos of bacon for 20 quid. Or if you want some cheese, you can buy 3 kilos, just say 5 kilos of mature cheddar cheese, extra strong, for say 12 quid, just hypothetical price. You go into the supermarkets, yeah, and what are you going to pay? 6 quid, something like that, for 2 kilogram bar of cheese. Do you see where I'm going with this? If you can prove to the wholesaler that you have a business, yeah, whether it be a shoe shining business, you might be setting up a home delivery service maybe for your customers, yeah, but you need a heading note paper which we done on the computer, yeah, you can get your way around it. So you make yourself a business card up, yeah, and then you go down to the wholesaler. Here's my business card, here's my bank account. You got a bank account in your name, yeah? What do you class them as? Self-employed. So you've got a little business going, yeah, doing a home delivery service using your own car as an example, yeah. So you go down to the wholesalers, register, yeah, you get given a card, you can shop there. There's normally no minimum spend. So what you would pay in the supermarkets, there's loads of wholesalers in the UK. How do you think the corner shops get their produce? Yeah? The difference with the supermarkets, they buy in massive quantities. They buy a whole trailer load of cheese, a whole trailer load of sausages, so they can buy in bulk and get it at a discount. So my point is to you, think about what you're doing, how you're going to do it, how to beat the system. Because all these supermarkets are doing is making a lot of money from you and me. And you've got to find a way to beat the system. It's like you want to buy, mineral water. Yeah? It virtually costs next to nothing. All they're doing is bottling it at source. And what do they charge you? Pounds, £2, £3, or whatever it may be. Yeah? It's not about the quantity. Sorry, it's not about the let's get this right. It's about mass quantity production. In other words, you're not going to make a profit on 500 cases. You got to sell 5,000 cases to make a turnover. Excuse me. Here's one example to you again. How the supermarkets overinflate the prices of products. I used to deliver bread for a bakery, a well-known English named bakery. Alright, there's a loaf of bread, yeah. When I was doing it, they used to charge the drivers 30p for a loaf. That 30p is the cost of them making the loaf and distributing it. Alright, that covers all the cost. When you go to the supermarket, what was you paying for a loaf of bread? Admittedly, they put it up to 40p, right? But they were still making a profit. So the supermarkets offer them for 40p a loaf, and you pay at the supermarket as £1.50, or whatever the price may be. Who's making the money? because that supermarket is getting that bread delivered to them. That bread manufacturer brings it in an Arctic to the company. The company just orders it from the supplier, and they deliver it to them. Supermarkets are making money hand over fist. How do I know this? Because I've worked in the food industry for a long time. I've worked with farmers, I've worked with supermarkets, RDCs, wholesalers. Yeah, I've had my own business. I know how the system works. But how will this benefit you? Right. As I said earlier in the video, there's ways and means of beating the system. Right? They can't trace money that is not on a card. They can't trace money if it's not on a device that records every transaction you spend money on. In other words, credit card, debit card. Yeah? If you go and draw cash out, they don't know where you're going to spend it. And this is one of the things they're trying to do away with cash with, because it's not traceable. Admittedly, pound notes, or now pound coins, but £5 notes used to have a number, a serial number, and that can be traced. But what I'm trying to say to you is, start getting smarter, because what Tesco's are trying to do is limit the amount you can buy, which is not a very good idea, because what they end up doing is turning people away from Tesco's. In one way, what they're trying to do is preserve the stock that they have, so everyone has a fair bite of the cherry, and everyone is able to buy their goods. But I don't really think it's going to wash, because people are not that daft, and they realise what Tesco's trying to do. Because as I said earlier in the video, and that is your carbon footprint. When you've bought too much, can't buy any more. Red meat, can't buy any more, you've had your quota. Yeah? I can see it coming into force. Yeah? Everyone will have a barcode on them. Doesn't look good, does it? You might think it's a conspiracy theory, but you don't know, do you? Look at the way things are going. And leave me your comment down below. Let me know what you think. And all I ask now is please subscribe to the channel. Help people see this video to get out to other people like you that was interested in this video. That's why you watched it. So thank you very much. Take care everyone. Bye for now. And excuse my horrible voice because I've got a horrible cold.